All right, welcome to Quantum Body Awakening Level 2, Class 6 or 7, Class 7. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that whatever questions you have, you've had some time to practice maybe on each other. You've had some time to practice on the people on Facebook. What questions do you have about inner child healing? Go ahead, Betty.
Okay, so I catched up with everything. I'm caught up with the class and with the coaching, but I haven't actually done anything because I wasn't sure how to do it virtually. Like I understand how to do it with the client in front of us on Zoom or in person, but when you're doing it for the Facebook people, because we're not seeing them, am I assuming that I am, so I'm gonna intuitively tune into them and I'm gonna be feeling these feelings and what age and all that. So as I'm doing the process, am I kind of the client seeing the inner child and or not? Or am I outside and seeing these two people? Like how it's just I don't know, it's not clear in my mind how I should do it. And when you're healing the child and the adult, are they beside each other? And then when you connect them, do you put them one inside each other? Or like how do you, I don't know.
That's a lot of questions. So ask me one question at a time so I can make sure to guide you the best that I could, right?
Okay, so first of all, when we are tuning into the person and we're starting to guide the process, am I pretending to be the client, seeing the inner child? And no, am I?
Why would you be the client? Like you don't ever want to be the client.
No, but so I'm seeing the client and the child.
Okay, yes.
And I'm feeling what I'm, intuitively thinking what the client is feeling. Yes. And I'm talking to the child about what this person is feeling. So I'm a third person putting them together.
So are you following the steps that I gave you?
Yes, but when you're counting backwards, who are you counting backwards to?
To them, because if you're doing remote healings or distant healings, you're never going to have the person in front of you. So any healing that I've taught so far is pretty much remote healing.
And yes, no, I understand. So am I talking to the higher self to do that?
So you're talking to the client to get answers.
But who am I regressing? Who am I putting into that theta state?
The person, the client. So if I have the client, if I don't have them in front of me and they said, hey, Dipal, I can't make it to our session today. Can you just go ahead and do my healing for me? And just send me the healing, send me the recording and the healing and everything that you do, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like they're right there. Okay, I'm going to act like they're right there in front of me and I'm going to tap into their energy and I'm going to go through the process. Does that make sense?
So you just pretend they're there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're doing that anyway when we do remote healings.
Well, yeah, but when we heal, we are doing all the work, right? We're sending energy, we're cutting cords, we're doing that. In this case, you're asking them to put themselves, to go back to the memory, to...
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. So yeah, you can do the same thing, or you can tap into the child, you can tap into the client, tap into the child, right? And see what's coming up, right? We're doing the same thing pretty much. Like I'm going to ask the child to be there. I'm going to ask the adult to be there. And I am going to ask their energies to collide at the end because I want them to be the same. I want them to integrate what the healing was for the child. I want them to talk to their childlike self. So yeah, I'm imagining all this. I'm imagining.
So am I saying now tell the child that you love them and that you're here for them? Or am I saying this person is here for you? Like, okay, so it's just like I'm guiding the person as if they were in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just got confused because you need your mind to do this, right? Like when you're telling a person to come backwards and all that, they need to be there presently. So if we're not doing that, who are we telling to do that to? Right?
Yeah,
like, so we're not doing that step. Are we still doing that step then? Or are we just tuning into what they're feeling? Cut the cords, clear the energy, send the high vibration, put them in this. So do everything, but or pretending that they're there and talking to them.
Yes. So pretend that they're there, right? And you're talking to them. Okay. To get your answers. Does that make sense? And to make that connection.
All right.
Make sense?
So I guess I'll see when it happens.
Practice it and see how it feels. See what feels right to you.
Yeah, if I'm a third person, it feels right. If I am.
Practice it in different ways.
Okay.
Okay, Kim?
Well, today it was interesting. This just kind of goes along with what you're saying. Today it was so interesting. I was working on someone and we couldn't talk on the phone because they were babysitting. And so all of a sudden I heard she needs an inner child healing. And I was like, what? It was so cool. It just like flew in. They told me the age. I texted this woman. So, so this is kind of what you're saying. I texted her. I said, count backwards from 5. And she did. And she was like, wow. I mean, so I think it can work in like any way our guides can get us to work it. I think it's got a lot of different ways. It's very cool stuff.
No, when I can have communication with the person, I can see that clearly. If I am texting the person, if I'm talking on the phone to the person, if I'm doing Zoom, and
it's very clear.
It's clear. It's just when they're not here and I'm not even having any contact with them, who am I talking to?
No, you're talking to them. You're talking to them and you're doing the same thing because you're telling them, I'm going to do a healing for you.
Yeah.
So they are already aware of that.
Yeah.
Right? So you're saying, okay, come here, come to, remember, I always say, bring your energy to you. So you've already done that and you're talking to them now. You're like, okay, I want you to count. I'm going to count to 5 and you're going to, go into the theta state or whatever. And then you're going to, let's work on this. You know what I mean? Like, then you go through the same the whole thing, all the steps.
Okay.
You do the same thing.
All right.
But that's why it takes 30 minutes or 20, 30, 40 minutes to do a whole process of inner child healing or karmic clearing or any of these, because these are individual tools that you could use specifically to specialize in that if that's what you wanted to do only. Does that make sense? If I just want to be an inner child healer, I could. If I just want to be a karmic healer, I could. I just clear ancestral energy, lifetime energies, and karmic energies. That's all. That's my specialty. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can create your own specialty. That's why I teach it in depth.
Okay.
So that you can. But when you're doing a full healing, you also have these little steps that you can get them started before you do a whole session with them when they come back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And I have a quick other question from one healing that I did back when, I think it was the courts. And so this person said, thank you. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a lot of courts. Weird thing is my lower back got really bad this past weekend where I tossed and turned all night and still hurts now, but not quite as bad. Not sure if it's related to what you did or not. Do I respond? Do I not respond? Like, what do I do?
So if they say, don't respond, don't worry about it. They're just trying to get more healing out of you.
So can the issue get worse before it gets better? Like it happens sometimes in real life or no?
So here's the thing. Maybe that person doesn't have cords necessarily, but now it's a vector. Did you look if it was a vector maybe?
No, because that was the one of the cord healing that I did.
Okay, that's okay. So you can.
Well, I can go back and check, I guess.
Yeah, you could. Right? But don't respond back to them.
Okay.
Okay. Just check and see for yourself.
Okay.
Right, what you're feeling. But yeah, they're gonna want a lot of responses. And what I'm really proud of is as many people as you guys worked on, and I think it was Kim and Asha worked on the most people. And the reason I was looking at that was because I wanted to see if you guys were number one, doing your homework, and number two, if you were working on the same people, which I realized you guys weren't, and that was really cool because each of you tapped into somebody different, because these people will respond and they've already responded like to 1,000 others, you know, and it was really cool to see how each of you tapped into somebody different. It was never the same person. So I was really proud of that.
Yeah, I was actually checking, these persons repeated in this one, repeated in this one, repeated
Good
in this one.
job. Good
So
job.
I picked the ones that were not repeated in the other ones. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you did that. I'm really glad. So Laura is here and we're going to do a healing for her today. So I'm going to, did anybody have any other questions before I get Laura here with us? All right, cool. Let me bring Laura right here. All right. Hi, Laura.
Hi, how are we today?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thanks very much for picking me.
Thank you for coming on last minute. It was my fault. I kind of...
No, it's an absolute pleasure, Dipal. Pleasure is all mine.
So my students, they're learning quantum body awakening, the modality that I teach. And this is the level 2. And so we're gonna basically tap into your energy, do some clearing of the blockages, but we have learned so many tools. Okay, they've learned so many tools that we really want to focus on one, but we want to hear your story, what you would like healing for, and see which tool we need to use, okay?
Well, I've got 2 complaints at the moment on the physical side. One is swollen ankles. And I don't really know how this has come about, if it's water retention or what, or lymphatics kind of thing. The other is there's a recurring pain round about my gallbladder area.
How long has that been going on?
It's been going on for like a year and a half, and there is a bit of history surrounding this. Medical folk have said that it was bruising, crushing, because I'd had an ovarian tumour that was huge and it pushed everything up.
An ovarian tumor?
Actually, that's what I presented to my doctor with, this pain in my side, like up here. And yet it turned out it was the ovarian tumour, you know, it was crazy stuff. So I had a hysterectomy, and they actually turned around and said that was like, we tested everything and that was borderline. If that had been left longer, that was cancerous, you know. So actually, and I've been back like to the consultant a couple of times, and I've stated my case. It's like I'm still left with this pain, and I'm awaiting a CT scan to see if anything else comes of this. But the swelling actually in my ankle appeared on my left hand side during this tumour period, and it disappeared. And now it's just come back, but then again, there's been a bit of a heat wave in the last 48 hours. So I don't know. I thought it'd calmed down, but suddenly, just in the last 48 hours, it's like, well, what's going on? This has just appeared again.
The tumor appeared again?
No, the swelling in the ankles.
Well,
but this time
okay.
it's both ankles instead of just the left. And the left, the left ankle, I don't know if it's correlated, because the tumour actually started. The ovarian tumour was on the left. So
yeah. So the ovarian tumor, do you still have it, or they already surgically took it out?
they surgically took it out.
Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap into, I'm gonna see what questions Michelle, Kim, Lydia, or Florence have for you, and then we're going to do the healing. After, you can help them if they have any questions that have come up. We work with a team of guides, your guides, as well as our guides. So everybody's here to assist you and help you in today's healing, but we might need some more information, okay? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them ask you, Kim.
Are you conscious of any anger towards any male figures in your life?
I was angry. I mean, I've been sorting a lot of stuff. I was raging against people that I worked with. A couple of bosses who happened to be male.
Okay, thank you. And how can I just ask, what was up with your daddy, your father?
No, I'm not aware of actually having any problem with him. He was actually a great dad in a lot of ways.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Laura, hi.
Hi.
Do you suffer from varicose veins?
Well, they're actually starting to form.
Okay.
And well, like sort of genetically, on my mother's side, they were actually quite bad. I mean, my grandmother like maternal grandmother didn't smoke or anything like that. She took them, and then my mother had them, but she smoked, and well, I smoke as well, so that's not helped. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you want to help me with addiction, that would be great as well. It just occurred to me there. Well, honestly, I've tried hundreds of things to actually get off cigarettes, but it's just, I mean, God, I've tried emotional kind of like sort of stuff. I've tried hypnotherapy, blah blah blah. I think I just need a mallet over my head, waking me up.
Okay. Anyone else?
Let's see now. Do you know, I don't think my father's side had problems with varicose veins or anything.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I tell you one thing. On my father's side, this might be connected. It might not be connected. Father's side, they seem to have some kind of heart problem. He and his brother had bypasses, triple, quadruple bypasses, subsequent strokes, and their mother, apparently she died quite young, because I never met her. She wasn't around by the time I showed up. So I'm just wondering, it could have been her, and they did say that she sat around her house, didn't do much, wasn't capable of doing much, so maybe she had the heart problem and she passed it to them. But on my dad's, if you go down that line, there was my father, his brother, they were affected, but their sister doesn't seem to have been. So it might have gone like some female down to the males, and then it's gone back to the females again. So who knows?
Maybe. Michelle, go ahead.
That's what I was going to ask, was about the heart. Was she having?
I saw your eureka moment.
That was the first thing I wrote down, was your heart, before you even started talking. So when you did that, I was like, that was my question. So there is heart issues, you said.
Yeah, well, and like certainly from my father's side, yeah, But I mean, I think we were checked as children, and they were like, well, none of us were showing any particular problems when they actually checked us.
Okay, cool. And Florence, did you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm just. Hi, Laura.
Hi there.
Do you have blood circulation problems?
Not that I'm aware of. I might actually, but I've never been tested, and nothing's shown up until now to actually make that, actually go to a doctor and get that checked.
Okay, cool. So what do you guys feel? What kind of healing do you think she needs? because she may not need an inner child. She may need something else. Maybe a general clearing with tapping.
Chakra.
Chakras.
Chakras. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe spinal
First,
alignment.
second.
Yes, you're right, Lydia. Spinal chakras.
And I think we're all feeling the heart. I mean, it's like, it's pretty prominent.
Yeah.
It's like, I can feel it and I'm trying to push. Yeah, it's there.
So the other thing is also because she had an ovarian tumor, I would probably work on her like karmically, because that area is of relationships. How have your relationships been, Laura? How hurtful or painful, or what are you taking on of your family?
As regards my family, do you know, I was going to say not much, but then I'm thinking I wasn't exactly nurtured as a kid. I think actually my mum had postnatal depression when I came along. So it was like there wasn't like the normal bond.
Do you have anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you because of that? So okay, so here's where that inner child healing comes in, right? Now we tapped into that. We had to get it out of her. We had to work at it a little bit. So postnatal depression. So it's really, really important, because whatever your mom went through, even before you were, like right during conception and when you were in womb, were you a planned child? Like, did they plan on having you, or were you unplanned?
No, I think it was planned, because they went on to have another child, despite the fact that there's like 6-7 years between me and my younger brother, you know.
Oh, wow.
So like everybody was wanted. It's just that I don't know, there was just something about my mum that just wasn't quite right. I don't know if that was before the pregnancies or what. I have no idea what's going on there.
Did she have any
No.
miscarriages before you?
No, she never mentioned miscarriages, but what the impression I was given was they were trying desperately, and this was before the IVF was invented or anything like that.
Okay. So was she having a hard time getting pregnant?
Well, certainly she was with my older brother, and I don't know if there was a problem like sort of when they were like sort of when before I came along, you know.
All right. So when it comes to what Laura needs, do we want to do an overall healing, or do you guys want to do an inner child healing? And that would also set the intention of healing everything else that's there. What do you guys want to do? I'm going to leave it to you to intuitively tap into her.
I think overall, I think she's in need of quite a few different things. So overall would just, that includes everything. So that would hit on some of the points that she didn't recognize.
Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chakras.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to spend about 15 minutes. Okay, you're going to get a 15-minute healing today, but I would highly recommend that you get in touch with me later, and then we do like an inner child healing, or I can send you to one of our healers, and they could also do an inner child healing. What I would like to do is you can either lay down or you can sit or stand. Either way, standing for 15 minutes might be a little too much, so you could stand for a little bit and then sit down if you'd like. So however you want to do it, you can close your eyes and just be open to receive, be present, be here to let go and embrace the changes that are going to come. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and get started, guys? Lydia, did you have a question?
Yes. So are we all doing a little bit of everything, or is everybody doing different tools? Okay.
So just go ahead and do a little bit of everything. It's going to be an overall clearing for her. So if you feel and you tap into that inner child, more into that, you can. If you want to work on the heart, you could do that. If you want to work on the spinal adjustment, you could do that. So whatever you feel like she needs right now, but everybody's working on overall.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool. So I'm just going to mute myself and you just hang on tight. You might feel the energies, you might feel them moving. Are you very sensitive, Laura, to energy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you feel any pain or anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Beautiful. Make sure, let's ground everyone. Laura, how are you feeling, my dear?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Did you feel anything throughout the session?
Well, this was actually like round about here, third eye was like sort of practically burning. There was a bit of movement around like sort of gallbladder area, and I could feel there was like it was almost like shooting down the back of my legs. Looks hopeful.
Okay. Did anything come up for you? Any thoughts, feelings, emotions, or memories?
Not really, no. I mean, like I could actually sense that it was like an inner child kind of like sort of making its way out, and then it kind of went back in again. But I mean, it wasn't like sort of there was no kind of emotions with it so much. But I mean, it seemed kind of like neutral, going, getting happy kind of thing, you know. So it wasn't an awful concern.
Good. So over the next few hours to the next few days, you're going to start seeing a bigger shift. Okay. So that's why I asked right now, if you did not have any thoughts, feelings, emotions, or beliefs or memories come up right now during the healing, I want you to, over the next couple of days, write things down as they come up, because things that we don't think is a big deal is probably a big deal. It's probably connected. Okay.
There's actually what I find is with working with people, it tends to be buried.
Because we have layers and layers, and some things we don't understand. And you're like, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. But there is a sense to that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
just
absolutely.
write it down, and you can share it on our Facebook page and say, hey, this came up for me, and I'm sure our healers and myself will be happy to help you as to help you understand what that may be. Okay. So I'm going to have each of our healers share one thing that they worked on and what they found and how they can help you. So really short, because we do have somebody coming on in the next 10 minutes, guys. So I want you to be brief, but just give her enough of a nugget so that she can take something back. Okay. What you worked on, what you found, and what she could do so that we can help her get better, especially with that gallbladder pain. And then the ovarian tumor that she used to have, the left-sidedness that she is going through, the ankle and the swelling, the addiction to smoking, depression, the mom's postnatal depression, anxiety that she's dealing with, and yeah, that's it. So I feel like a doctor.
Congratulations.
That's all, right?
That's you demoting yourself.
All right, go ahead. Whoever wants to go first, to go ahead and share.
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead, Kim.
Very quickly, I just pulled a lot of anger out of the heart, and the guides, the main message that I'm getting for you is to do your Ho'oponopono. Are you familiar with Ho'oponopono? It is your power. It's taking, do you know how to do Ho'oponopono? I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. Thank you. Just put that on autoplay to everything, because that will go in and literally work everything for you. And that's what the guides are really saying, to please do your self-work on yourself, and that's how to do it. And I pulled a chunk of anger. I pulled a chunk of anger out of the heart area, so it should feel a little lighter for you.
Hooray. Thanks very much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Next.
I can go ahead and go. Am I muted or unmuted? Sorry about that. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, I am unmuted. Okay, Laura, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to work on you. For your, I had also worked on the heart because that was the one calling me so loud, but your pain in your gallbladder, I recommend that you check into apple cider vinegar with the mother. You want to make sure it's got the mother in it, and you can mix that. Usually on, if you get the right brand, you can find the mix to have either blackstrap molasses, honey, and or both of those with the apple cider vinegar. And that helps to clean out the gallbladder. It also helps to flush out any clots, blood clots you might have in your system. So that I recommend that for you. And then also, go ahead.
Could I just ask them, you said mother, apple
Yeah,
cider vinegar.
Yeah, it's called apple cider vinegar. You want it to get with the mother. You don't want to just get regular old apple cider vinegar. It has to say with the mother. It looks milky.
Right.
Yeah, it looks milky inside of it, and it has a lot of nutrients and minerals, and it does
cool.
the gallbladder and any blood clots. It's a natural healer for that. And then also green adventurine, so you can have that with you for healing your heart and getting rid of energy draining and protection, and it helps with the circulatory system in your heart.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
That's the first time I've heard of that, Michelle.
Oh, I use it for years.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very
I'll
good.
tell you I'll look for the brand real fast, and I'll give it to you when you guys are done.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Just put in the chat.
Yes.
Florence, go ahead.
Yeah, I worked on the chakras, and the second chakra came up for Laura. At age 5, can I ask Laura, did you have any trauma at age 5?
Yeah, I started school.
Okay, and that wasn't very pleasant.
No, it was horrendous.
Okay.
I was too sensitive. I was just like, everywhere I went, it was almost as if I was under kind of energetic attack. It was just like, yeah, it was a maelstrom. Yeah, it was just like really nasty stuff. It was shock, utter shock. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of pain in your second chakra. So I cleaned that out and filled you with golden light right up from the base, right up to the 7th chakra. And your thymus also came up. Seems like you are a rather quiet girl growing up.
Yeah, I was almost non-verbal, almost non-verbal. Yeah.
So
But there's a
on
lot of
your,
repressed anger, right, Florence?
yeah,
There's a lot of
Got it.
repressed anger.
some exercise every day, if you can do that to help your ankles. And the Ho'oponopono prayer, I would recommend that one to what Kim suggested.
Yeah.
And
Guys-
forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, okay? I forgive myself.
Yeah, I
Just
think
saying
actually
that I
that's
forgive
one that
myself. Yeah.
I think that's one angle that I've never considered. I've been doing Hipponono for like sort of, like other people, but I never actually thought of myself.
We usually don't, right? We usually
Yeah,
think all about everyone else and what they need.
Yeah, that was a big moment, you know, realizing.
Well, you are just as important, Laura, so don't forget
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lydia?
Hi, Laura. So I did a quick karmic clearing, and several emotions came up: shame, anger, anxiety, not feeling good enough, disempowerment, lack mentality, self-sabotage, repressed hurt, addictions, and feeling stagnant. So I cleared all that for you. And then I went to your first chakra, because that's where I was called to go to, and cleared the circulation issues, the swelling in your ankles. And I would recommend that you use rose essential oil. It's good for circulation issues. And also using like a rose quartz, the stone, the crystal, it's good for the heart and for relationships. So I guess it's a rose theme. And then I got this affirmation: my life flows with ease.
Flows with ease.
So repeat it as many times as you can during the day, every day.
That's great, thanks. And then just one point about the clearing and stuff like that. Because I'm Scottish with Irish blood, I think actually a lot of these complaints, like you've got a lot of a lot of these problems genetically with anyone that's, you know, from this part of the world.
When I clear your karmic grid, so that's ancestral as well. Okay, so I clear ancestral, genetic, all those influences, imprints that you have. So I hope that it will help you.
Magic, thanks very much. That's been tremendous, everyone.
Did anyone pick up on which defense patterns she is, which characterology she's using as a defense pattern?
I think it's the one from birth to 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Because the smoking is an addiction.
Right. So the needy child and the unwanted child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the anxiety that's coming through, almost like, do you daydream a lot, Laura? Do you feel like you're never in your body? You feel like you're always having
I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never in.
Right. Yeah. So the anxiety also shows that. Your anxiety doesn't feel like it's that high though. It's like about, from a scale of 1 to 10, I would say maybe a 5.
Yeah, I've been trying to calm it down. Yeah. So it's a big process. It's a very long process.
It is. Have you ever felt like you've been depressed though? Have you ever?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever been considered clinically depressed, but I mean, depressed, deflated, and feeling like sort of, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Big time. That lasted about 10 years actually.
Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, and the fact that you've been wanting your mom's love, and it's so important in the beginning ages of life, and when you don't feel that, or your dad's love, because back in the day, my dad, he wasn't even there when I was born. Okay.
Yeah, and when they are there, they weren't very demonstrative.
Yeah, exactly. So all of these things, right? You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and whatever you're working on, let us help you. If you need additional help, we're here for you. So email me if you would like to do a few sessions or what you'd like to do. Just email me and I'll give you some options. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
And then, yeah, and we want to thank you for being here. Kim, did you have something you wanted to share? Because our next client is on.
We cannot hear you.
She's muted. I don't think she knows.
Okay, should I wait to ask later now? Since the
Yeah.
next, okay.
As long as it's for me, is it for Laura or for me?
I saw something and I wanted your opinion, that's all. And I pulled it off of her.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, no worries.
All right, awesome. So Laura, you are clear. You can live your life for what we did for you today. So enjoy the rest of your day or your night. And please let us know how you're doing. Please email me and let us know how you're doing in the next 24 hours, okay?
Will do. Thanks very much.
you,
Thank
love.
you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget the chat.
I will do. Okay, thank you.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna bring Shirley here. Hello, Shirley.
Hi, what a pleasant surprise. Thank you for letting me be a part of whatever I'm about to witness here. This is just going to be amazing. I love you so much anyway. So I tell my husband, I'm going to be busy. Dipal, she needs me. Thank you, my love.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad you saw that post. I know today I was a little behind in my game. Usually I try to post it in advance so you guys know in advance, but I've just been a little all over the place this week. So anyway, thank you for being here. So what I teach quantum body awakening, which is my modality. And so these students, I usually like to bring people on when we do our classes so they could get the experience of working with somebody. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you got to
Perfect.
be one of the lucky ones, and they are quantum body awakening level 2. So they've already taken the first course, which was a 12-week course. Now they're almost into the 9-week course. So they're learning a lot of different tools, and we're doing inner child healing. Okay, so what that child has been through, what kind of defense patterns you're holding on to. And so what that entails is that we'd like to know what is going on with your health and anything that you recall from childhood that you feel like is still impacting you. Anything that you could tell us and share with us.
Okay, let's see. Health issues. Mostly I do life well. I've been on my spiritual journey and healing journey for quite some time. Things I haven't been able to figure out are autoimmune related. Specifically, the loudest manifestation is psoriasis, and then followed by, the guts and all of that, which I work on all the time. That's probably, other than just regular aging, breaking down, that probably could move slower if I could figure that one out. So the childhood thing, I did have lots of trauma growing up. The first memory of trauma is actually a automobile accident. So I was a tiny little 4-year-old in the back seat of a car that rolled on the freeway, and there were no seat belts or anything back then.
Yeah.
But in all of my work, I've come to a good place with that. I mean, just recently, I think that I met my guardian angel who showed me even more of that incident, which made it all a lot more sense because, at 4, I only have scattered little memories. So there was, if you really, are we like public live?
We are live only on our private Facebook group, which is only for the healers only.
Okay. There is sexual abuse, molestation, about that same time that trauma was going on, that was also happening, and that didn't stop until I was old enough to realize and put my foot down at 8. So I don't know how detailed, I don't know how much time you have, because I could, there, you know, so, and stepdads, very abusive. And so that would be childhood trauma. Then, you know, the normal trauma, losing favorite cousins, you know, divorce, life.
Yeah.
That's a quick
So-
sum up.
Yeah. So what we want to do is an inner child clearing. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to have one of the healers verbalize and go through the inner child healing and guide you through that so that you can really experience that. So I'm going to ask,
Beautiful.
they're all going to work on you, but one of them is going to guide you through it. Okay.
Oh,
So who
how
wants
blessed am I?
who would like to guide her through this experience and talk her through it? Okay. All right, Kim, you're up.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. And it's Shirley? Is it?
Yes, Shirley.
Right. Okay, cool.
Hold on, let me go ahead and pin you, Kim, so that she can see you
All right,
clearly.
and let me pull up, and I'm going to pull up your, make sure I get a lot of stuff in here. Okay.
So you're more than welcome, Kim. This is your client. Shirley is your client. You can take it from there and we'll just see how it goes. Okay. We'll just watch.
Okay. All right, Shirley. All right.
Hi.
Hello. First, we're going to ask that all your guides surround you. And immediately when you mentioned your wreck, I immediately saw angels and they were there with you. So I guess you know that. So that's cool that you know about your
Yeah.
angels. So I'm going to ground us.
Oh, good.
And we're going to ground you, which we're getting you in there. All right. And now we're asking all the guides to come present and your angels. I'm going to ask Mother Mary to help with this because she is very good energy for this. All right. So you told us about the childhood. So I'm feeling age 6 come up. So let's just relax as much as you can. Just get as relaxed as you can. And your angels are all around you and all your guides are around you. I'm going to ask them to clear your space for you. And they're clearing all of our space here with a beautiful golden sheet. And as you relax, can you count down backwards from 5 while you're breathing?
Out loud?
Count backwards from 5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
All right. And then, so we're at that age. And can you see your beautiful little self at age 6? Can you see yourself there?
Yes.
Can you hold your hand?
Yes.
Okay. Can you talk to your beautiful little child and give them reassurance that you're there with them?
Yes.
Can you connect with your child's heart and reconnect to the frequency of love, joy, innocence, creativity, and playfulness?
Oh, yes.
I ask the guides for the frequency and Mother Mary for the frequency of love, joy, innocence, creativity, and playfulness to be infused inside for you. And I ask that you allow these new energies to merge with your soul, leaving the old energies in the past until you feel life force flow. While you're doing that, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to cut all cords from any trauma. And I ask the guides to cut any cords from any guilt, any shame, any fear, any belief that you're not perfect. I ask the guides to shimmer you with the knowing that you are perfect. I ask Archangel Michael to infuse you with feeling protected. And now we're going to put a beautiful circle of pink light around you. Now I'm going to help walk you back, and we're going to count to 5 again, and you just relax and come back at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. How do you feel? How are you?
Oh, I feel wonderful. I'm all tingly.
Okay.
I'm all tingly. And bless your heart for picking 6, because I really had to dig for that one. And it was very, very horrible trauma, something I had to see at that time. And so that came up, and I was reminded, and I was able to, the two of us, we were able to, instead of push it back, let it go. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that's something that I have tried to work with, my inner child with before. Oh, I'm just getting all kinds of hugs and love. I can feel it. Whew, thank you.
Beautiful.
Very,
Anything you
very
wanna
cool.
share? Anything you want to share, Kim?
Just really, I would, if I were you, and this a lot came from the first time I met Lydia, like Mother Mary, I had never gotten really connected with Mother Mary, and Mother Mary was like all over Lydia. So I got to investigate her, and I just say, call on Mother Mary all the time and pull that little inner child in and let Mother Mary just fill her with all that love and that peace. And the guides just kept saying, just know that you have done nothing wrong. You're perfect. And what a blessing you are to everyone around you. And just by you breathing, you're holding such immaculate space for so many people. So just to remember what a blessing you are to everyone.
Oh, thank you. And what a blessing you are. Oh, and the
Okay.
synchronicity and the timing of this whole thing. I'm so glad you were behind schedule, whatever it was that got me on here. I love synchronicities. Thank you so much, Kim. Oh, what a
Well,
treasure.
That's wonderful teaching from Dipal. So we're getting blessed by her teachings for sure.
Oh, yes, I love her. Yes. Well, a very strong influence in the beginning of my journey. One of those, searching. And then I had an experience with you people what blew my mind. And I saw Archangel Ariel for the first time. I had vision for the first time, and it really, I could go on. The whole thing was part of an experience. It was definitely not traumatic. It was as powerful, but in a very light and beautiful and guided way. So she's been at the top of my list as healers ever since. Love to you both. Love to all of you. Enjoy your journey.
Shirley.
Bless you.
Can I say
So-
something?
Yeah, so I want the other healers to share what they found. And
Oh,
if that's okay with you, Shirley. do you
yes,
have time?
please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right, I'm gonna remove pin here. Okay, go ahead.
For me, I was hoping she wasn't going. I'm like, no, wait, Shirley, come on.
No. We're gonna
Okay.
make Shirley wait.
Oh, okay. You're stuck, Shirley.
Oh, I love
So Shirley, I was getting a lot of energy off of your sacral chakra that you need to work on. You need to get some orange around you, maybe do some mantras for your sacral chakra. You need to dance, you need to have joy, and you just need to release And then you really need to take some probiotics, and you need a lot more water. That's
Cool. I'm working on the probiotics big time. See my water,
right.
and you're talking, and I'm like, how does she know me?
Because the moment I saw you, those two things came up.
Oh, and I do carry a lot of carnelian and orange stones for my sacral chakra. I work on that all the time, and that's why I'm working on the probiotics. And yep, you're right on the money.
Excellent.
You're right on the money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brilliant.
Anyone else? Lydia?
Great.
I got the betrayal between ages 3 and 5. That's the pattern that came up. And I got that the psoriasis is like a defense for you. It's like a shell that you put to protect yourself. I'm assuming from the abuse or whatever was happening to you. And your chakras 1, 2, and 4 seem to be blocked for me. That's what I saw. I would recommend again the rose quartz, because that's a really healing stone in your life for everything. And just the affirmation, I am divinely protected. Like, you don't have to put on that shell. You're divinely protected. You already have access to the angels. Your body doesn't have to do that. The angels are there for you to protect you.
Oh yes, I am divinely protected.
Yes.
I love affirmation too. So I'll say that a lot.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Oh,
you're welcome.
I will take your advice. I will absolutely take your advice.
I hope
love
it helps.
that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Florence, did you want to share anything? Just to unmute yourself.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Age 4 came up for me, where you had an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And and there was a lot of trauma in the second chakra. Saint Germain wants to be with you. He came through, and I would encourage you to connect with him and fill yourself with the purple light that is his speciality. Do you know Saint Germain?
No, I haven't really made much
Okay.
acquaintance with him, but I will now.
Archangel, you can Google it and you'll
Germain.
find.
Yes. Perfect. Oh yes, I will.
And forgive myself. I forgive myself for all the trauma that I've gone through. I forgive myself, because when we forgive ourselves, then we receive a lot more healing. No matter whatever abuse you've gone through, it doesn't matter. Put it aside and just saying, I forgive myself. I love myself. I forgive myself. I love myself.
Oh yes, I love that. Thank you. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing. Shirley, I am hosting a masterclass on Thursday to connect with your guides, and I will be sharing one guide who is your personal guide. So I don't know, did you already sign up for that?
I don't think I did yet, because I'm not sure of my schedule and that kind of thing. I really like to be present, but I'll look again. I'll look at, I'm watching to see.
Okay.
Wait, that's Friday, right? Is it Friday?
It's Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, so that'll be early. Okay, so yeah, that might work. So I've got my eye on it. I saw it. Oh my gosh, you guys!
You asked about guides.
Yes, I love guides. I love my guides.
Well,
okay, so thank you all so much.
And
oh my
in
gosh,
the next 48 hours, let us know how you're doing. You can email me or post it on Facebook that you
in your
group. yes, that you had a session with the students and what came out about it, you know, like how you're feeling in the next 48 hours.
Okay, it'll be my pleasure. Oh my gosh, see, this is, I like affirmations, and I've been doing affirmations for abundance, and then, you know, look at this. I mean, this is the epitome of the abundance of love from you guys.
Blessing you already. See?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Shirley.
you.
Bye-bye.
Love you all. Bye-bye. Oh, wow, that was
I love it. So, okay. So, how was that for you guys? And I know Kim had a question, or somebody had a question, but about the previous person. But how was that for you guys, for both of them?
Yeah, good practice.
And so with the inner child healing, okay, you can extend it out to 15, 20, 30 minutes. Okay. Kim did a shorter version of it, right? Just guiding her through it. She did an amazing job, and she still had a healing even in that short time, right? So imagine if you were spending more time, like imagine how much more healing can come out of it.
So how would you do it? You would go back to other incidents?
No, I would do the same incident. And then like, you came to the last class, right, Lydia?
No.
Okay, you need to watch the video because I'm not going to go over. Okay, so I did the whole process for you guys. Yes. And then I did the whole process. I think I talked about it at the end or the middle. I'm not sure. But just watch the video again. Sometimes if you watch the video just once, it's not going to be enough because there's so much information, right? So go through it, you know, when you're not doing anything at all, and just really just focus on it. And then if you have any questions, just write them down, and then we'll go over it one-on-one or in the class. It doesn't matter. But you can guide the person through the steps. So where you would take the most time is finding the blocks and clearing them, right? Like Kim was doing some of the clearing when when Shirley was speaking, right? She was like, oh yeah, that 6-year-old and whatever, but she could have integrated that into when she was in the trance rather than afterwards. Okay, so there's a lot of clearing of the cords that could be done while the person, and you could just take your time, have them breathe, have them do a meditation, or like not a meditation, but like hold a mudra, you know, either this or this or this, any one of the mudras that you may or may not know. You could even be guiding them through breathing. And how does it feel? How does it feel connecting with this child? What do you want to tell this child? Know that everything's going to be okay. I'm going to work in the first chakra, the second chakra. So you could integrate all of that into the inner child healing, because you're healing the little child. So you need to spend that time and really work with that child. Okay, because all the chakras are probably, like, she's been through so much trauma, all the chakras are like blasted, right? None of them are going to be intact. They're not going to be clear because of the traumas this child has gone through or is going through. So helping them and walking them through it, really getting them emotionally involved in the experience and feeling like they're there. That's what we want, so that that child can heal, right? We can rush through it. That's fine. They're going to get something out of it. But we really want to give them that experience and really spend time with them. And especially if they're going to sign up for something, right? Like a 15, 20-minute session, right? And I know Kim knows that. So I'm not worried about that. But I want you to understand exactly, well, where would you spend your time, right? You would spend your time healing that child, clearing the cords, healing the chakras, healing their energy field, strengthening that energy field, strengthening them, clearing their mind. Maybe you need to work around the brain of that child. Maybe align them because maybe they're in fight or flight at that time, right? So work on their nervous system. So there's so much that you can do within a session. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? Okay, go ahead, Michelle. You're muted. Okay.
I thought I was unmuted. Sorry about that. So would we do that? And we'd be talking through that the whole time and just extending it and telling them what we're doing.
Yeah.
And just going through, like we did in the beginning, we're just doing
Yeah.
the same thing. Okay. So I'm clearing up the cords. I'm doing this, just
Yeah.
like we did, when I turn off the camera, I'm doing those things behind there because the energy. But it's the same kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, except I'm just talking because here's what happens, guys. When you cannot see me, because most of my calls I don't do on Zoom, I do them on a conference line. If I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do an inner child healing or whatever healing, it doesn't matter, right? But if I'm quiet most of the time and I'm not really talking a lot, they're going to be wondering, what the hell is she doing? Is she even doing anything, right? But if I say, okay, I'm going to take a moment of silence because I really need to clear this. So just making them aware that I am, or using some toning or light language, whatever my specialty is, or even humming to clear the energy, which I really want you guys to start practicing because you do have the video that I gave you, the toning video. So I want you to start integrating that in your healings, and it might feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but start working on that. Okay. The way I did it was in my bathtub because nobody could hear me, nobody could see me, so I would just start a little bit in the tub. And then the toning started to become light language. So you have to start somewhere. And it was with the you know what I mean? And so that sound started you just taking that sound, those vowels, creating a sound with it, creating something like that's how I used to do my healings. Like I used to say, okay, I'm going to clear this energy. And I'd be like, I tried to find the tune that I needed, the frequency to clear that. So I would literally do it out loud and go, oh. And even if it sounded horrific, it didn't matter. That's the frequency they needed. And maybe they need a higher pitch, lower pitch, but you're going to find that. And it's okay that you're on the phone doing that. They don't know that you're trying to find your pitch to clear that energy. They just know you're making some kind of sound, right? So practice that. They're not going to know what you're doing. But until you don't practice it, you're not going to know what you're capable of, right? So start integrating some toning to clear energy. Okay, humming, toning, buzzing, it doesn't matter. Light language, it'll turn into light language. Did that help, Lydia? Like just explaining that how you can integrate other things into the inner child healing and extend it out?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kim.
I have a different question. Okay, so, and the question's being brought up in my mind because I saw it on the first lady.
Okay.
She had, and I want some clarity on what's going on, and you may not know, it's okay. She had shackles on her legs from a lifetime where there was slavery. And so do you think that, and I pulled them off, is that enough to help with the swelling ankles?
Yes.
Or is there more
So as
stuff?
soon as you said that, I got chills. Like I was like, oh my God. Like it was yucky. Okay.
Okay.
And so, yes. So that tells me, yes, you were getting the right information.
Okay. So when you said chills and yucky, this is interesting because years ago, I met someone and immediately I knew that we had been slaves together. And so I was kind of scared to tell this lady this because after interacting with this woman, I mentioned to her, this is weird, but we've been slaves together. Anyway, I became not I did not feel well. I had a bad, weird. So was that I don't want to bring it up, but was that and I was almost scared to tell this next lady because I don't want any more clearings. Was that just a clearing for me?
Yeah,
Because-
so it becomes a clearing for you, but you also now courted into her. And so I think that's why I was guided to say, Kim, just wait till the end. And that's
Yeah.
interesting that how that happened, because usually I'm like, okay, go ahead,
Right,
or whatever.
yeah. And
But I was
yeah,
like,
I
okay,
don't
just
want
wait.
any. So do I just put, I need to just push away from that? I don't want any more
Yeah,
problems.
make sure you guys, and so it is, and circle both of them in their beautiful light, and so it is, and cut your cords, and you are done. You're never thinking about them again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so yeah, you see how these things happen? Like, we don't even know that we're doing this or how, but then when somebody shares something, we're like, oh my God, like it was meant to happen, right? So, go ahead, Florence.
You did say every morning to cut the cords for ourselves, cut,
Yeah.
cut, cut, cut.
Mhm.
Then we start the day, and by the end of the day, so that's a good practice. I do
Yeah,
that.
and you could even do it in the middle. Oh, by the way, Florence, I know you always tell people to forgive themselves, and I realize that, but there's more to forgiveness that I want to share with you guys, because this is a karmic thing. All relationships, like her stepdad, right? Shirley's stepdad, her dad, her mom, everything, we come down as souls. We come together to learn something from each other. Unfortunately, things don't pan out the way they're supposed to, but there is a part of karma that is supposed to be very healing, to heal these relationships, which people don't put the dots together, that it's all karmic. Okay. And they don't know how to heal this. So one of the recommendations that I would tell people, and I do tell people, but I do tell my healers to use this because it's very, very powerful, is that go into meditation. Okay. And for the last 2 minutes of your meditation, you bring that person to your image. And you say, I forgive you for what you've done to me in the past. I forgive myself for what I've done to you in the past. So now our karmic account is clear.
Well,
And we
thank
can
you.
move forward with compassion and love and light. And it's that simple.
So I did it right.
So what I'm saying is, you did it right. You're doing it right. There's no right or wrong, right? What I'm saying is, when we just tell them that, oh, I want you to forgive yourself, it's not enough to just forgive myself, because they don't even know how to do that. Do you understand? We can tell people let go, but how do I let go? That's what I'm here for. I don't understand. They don't understand how to do it. That's why they're coming to you. Does that make sense? So lately, what I've understood and the messages I've got about letting go, it's that we're not letting go. The interesting thing about letting go is embracing the change of the present, so that when we can do that, everything else is let go. Does that make sense? Because we're now embracing the change. So there's no such thing as letting go. Nobody knows how to do that. They keep saying, okay, I let it go. I let it go. They are not able to let it go because they don't know how. They don't know how to let go. They don't know how to forgive. And so I'm very, very passionate about this because people don't understand it. And I can see why. I'm like, okay, because they're coming back with the same problems. Because why? They're not embracing the change. They're not embracing the now. They're not forgiving the karmic account. They're not clearing it. Does that make sense?
And how do we do that again exactly?
To clear the karmic account? So I forgive you for what you have done to me. Right? I forgive you for all the things you've done to me in the past.
We say that to the client, or the client says that?
You're saying it so you're teaching them what to say in their meditation. I forgive you for what you've done to me. Right? And I forgive what I have done to you. Okay, I forgive what I've done to you. And our karmic account is clear. And I may have taught this in the karmic class. I can't remember if when we did karmic clearing, if I taught that. I thought I did.
No,
But
we didn't cover that part.
okay, so that's a great way to say, hey, Kim, here's what I want you to repeat, and I want you to practice it in your meditation. Okay, I want you to take 2 minutes and every single time, every day, because this is so powerful, I want you to do it. You need to do this in order to heal your relationship with da, da, da. Okay, I forgive you for what you've done to me in the past. I forgive myself for what I have put you through in the past. This karmic account between us is clear, and I send compassion, blessings, and love. Okay? So you can word it how you want, but that's the key. I forgive you for everything you've done to me, because they don't understand that. That's why you keep going in patterns and cycles of the same crap, and you don't understand it, why the person's treating you a certain way, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your child, whoever it is. Go ahead, Lydia.
So what if the client doesn't meditate? Because I know a lot of people, they think
So just tell them to take 2 minutes and do this.
Yes, so just get in silence with yourself for 2 minutes,
Yes.
picture the person and just do it in your mind, kind of
Yes.
thing. Okay.
And say it 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
Okay, I hope that helps, guys. I mean, I just realized that, you know, we're giving them things to do, but it's not very clear. Do you know what I mean? So I want to clarify what are some things that we could give them besides oils and crystals and use the 5 elements, right? Because they're not balanced. None of our clients are grounded. They're not present in their body, none of them. So how can you utilize the 5 elements? Don't forget that, right? I want you to take a water, you know, be around water. You know, I want you to work with soil, play with soil. I want you to do a fire meditation, sit in front of the fire and cleanse your aura, right? I mean, there's so many things we can tell them that are different than what they've heard before. So I want you to start using that as your advice. And so what we're going to do for homework this week is you can just make a post if you'd like, or you could work within the post that you already have. Okay, either one. I'm just trying to think if I want you to do something else, but it might get a little tricky there. Okay, so go into the post. And I just want you to give them advice. How about that? Let's work on giving them advice of what they could do. They're already telling you their problems, right? I know some of them have posted, oh, I've got this and I've got that and da, da, da. Why don't you give them maybe 2 or 3 people, pick 2 or 3 people who have shared everything about themselves. And if they haven't, you can ask, what is going on? Okay, what is going on in your life or in your health that I could help you with? I'm going to send you some suggestions. Okay. And then you could give them 3 suggestions of the things that you've learned that you can utilize. Affirmations, definitely one of them. You can ask them to call in a guide or an archangel, an angel, a teacher, somebody, right? And work with them. You can tell them to work on a particular chakra, right? Or a particular color, wearing a specific color, right? Those are some things that we can teach them. Like, I want you to wear color purple this week. Okay. or I want you to wear this or that. Okay. And just see how that goes. And let me know at the end of the week how your week goes after you do these things.
So
Okay?
we're not clearing anything.
You're not clearing anything. You're giving them advice on their problems.
Okay.
So that's what we're working on this time. I've never done that before, but I feel like this is what we need to do because, you know, we give the Ho'oponopono, we give the forgive, we give, the, you know, meditating, journaling, but I want them to have a little more, you know, something different. Okay. All right, awesome. So any questions? All right, cool beans, guys. This was an amazing class. Next time, I think we're doing angel card readings. Does everybody have angel cards? Did everybody
No,
order
I don't.
some?
I have a
No.
question for you.
I don't have.
I have a question for you. I just got a brand new set and it's only Archangel Metatron. Will that work?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what, okay.
anything works. Florence, if you could grab some cards, order some cards, like one deck, that would be great. Do you have
Okay.
Amazon there?
Yes.
Yeah, so just order something from Amazon and it'll come within 2-3 days, right? So just order your card deck. You only need one. You don't need to do anything with it. Once you get it, we're going to do everything. We're going to go through the whole process of angel card reading. We're going to do angel card readings. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite classes. And then if you guys want to join the class that I'm having, it's free for you guys. So if you want to join the master class, master your guides, you might learn something new actually. So come on board. Let me know, just email me. Florence, I think you paid for it, right?
I paid for it.
So
yes.
why don't you pick an MP3 or something that you want? And then
do you have angel cards?
I don't have angel cards.
No, on your site.
On my website? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't. And I need to set up my product page to where people could grab things from there. And unfortunately, I do not at this time. So some of the angel cards that I would recommend is I love Doreen Virtue. I have all of her cards, but Doreen Virtue, Angel Therapy, Archangel Raphael Oracle card. Again, it's a Doreen Virtue, but I don't know if they have any more Doreen Virtues. But there are so many other people out there that have amazing angel cards. If you just look it up, you'll find it. I do in the class make recommendations as to which angel cards you can also purchase. It's in the module if you want to look at it and just see. But yeah, okay, so next week will be fun. Then I think we've got entities and psychic attacks, and then we have ceremonies, how to do ceremonies, right? Rituals and ceremonies. So we're going to be doing those 2 more classes, and then we're going to practice some of that.
Do I need to print out, did you finalize the, because you said you were going to finalize the new booklet?
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet, so
Okay.
that's going to be my homework. I'm hoping that I will have something done soon.
Okay, because I think it's left off at angel cards and
Yeah. That was the last class in the last teachings. So I'm going to extend that out and do the entities and psychic attacks, and we'll go over that and ceremonies. And then, colors, right? You guys wanted to know how to use colors and when you're doing energy healing. So we've got 3 more classes that we can work on this. This week, what I do want you to, oh no, you don't have anything with Micah this week, right? There's no.
I don't think so.
Okay. There's no coaching this week, which is fine.
Oh, thank God. I can
what'd
have a
you say?
long sleep. I can have a long sleep.
There you go, Florence. Go ahead, Lydia. I love your commitment though, Lawrence. I love that about you.
And today it's so cold. 40
Oh,
degrees.
Oh my God, we're here burning up. It's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lydia.
I just wanted to know, where's the link for the on-demand healings?
You know what? Just email me and I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
It should be in the download page.
It's not. For the silent ones, right?
The 30-minute on demand.
I didn't see it. I saw the one with you, the mentorship call. And if you want to book one that you pay for, it's there. Those two are there, but I didn't see that one.
Okay, I will make sure that just email me and I'll send you the on-demand link. If anybody else needs it, just let me know if you have not done your on-demand healing that came with the class.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, so
Me
make
too.
sure, because I think you get one on-demand healing. Two. Okay, so if you have not done your two, now if you have done your two, it's not gonna work. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
booked it, but not done. I booked my second one.
oh, okay, but it's not done
Yeah.
yet. Like it's already scheduled.
Yeah, it's coming next week.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
What-
no, this
Yes,
weekend.
Kim.
Yes, this week.
DePaul,
Mhm.
can you just pick a program for me that you think I need right now and just send it to me? For our free program, you just pick for me and just send it and I'll do it.
Sure.
And then
The
I'm
same thing.
Can you email me?
Yeah, sure. And then I'll email you to get the other thing too. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, Michelle.
No, I said I need one of those too. That was a great idea, Kim. Have her
Yeah,
pick
just
it.
email me, and Lydia, you got yours, right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Florence, you're good?
Mine is coming up.
Okay, okay. So, all right, guys. That's it. Thank you.
you.
All right, awesome. Oh, you know what? I need you guys to think about next time is our online healing retreat. I almost forgot about that. If you are going to do the online healing retreat, that is one of the benefits of taking the course. You get to come into a bigger arena of clients and you get to work on them in a bigger platform. So usually 40 to 50 people come to the online healing retreat. And so we normally pick one to two people and they receive a healing. A couple of you will work on, on the same person, or maybe two of you, or, but I will be doing the healings with you. So just like what we're doing here, but I would be doing the healings with you guys. So
When is that?
that's what I'm trying to come up with, a date.
Okay.
So sometime I'd like to do it sometime in September would be good. So if you guys could come up with a day, either September 16 or 23rd would be good. Start thinking about that. If you're available, we will put your picture and everything. I will need all of that, your bio, your picture, all that stuff, so that I can blast you guys out there.
September 16th or 23rd,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep. So usually I like to do a Friday, 10 to 1 or 10 to 2.
Will you send an email so we know exactly what all you need?
Oh, yeah. But once we come up with a date, and then we'll decide. But it will be a Friday. So 10 to 2. And if you can only stay partially, that's fine too. Okay. But I would like for you to stay for the full 2 hours if you can. And it depends on how many healers are coming. If all of you are coming, like 6 of you, then I'm not going to invite my older healers. But if I only have 2 of you coming, yeah, I will have to extend that invitation to my other healers. So, all righty.
When do you need to know by?
Next week. And
Next week.
then, yep. And then
And just email you?
Yep, just email me. And then I just need to make sure one more thing before we get off. Okay, the 26th is our next class. I think we are, no, right? Oh no, the 19th. I need to
You
change
moved
the
it.
class.
Yeah. Didn't you change it to Thursday?
Did I change it to Thursday, the 21st?
No,
That's
No.
what we were
No, I don't
talking
have that.
about the week before last.
No, that was last week's. So I do
Well-
need to change class for next week. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.